afternoon, my students. I'm Harry Potter. All right, I'm actually Harriet Potter. I'm Harry Potter's twin. See, we were both struck by the same lightning. Or it's a dress-up day here at school, and I like dressing up, which is true. I do. But I'm going to take those off because they're causing a really bad glare. All right, so today, let me see if this helps. There we go. All right, so today in class, we went over how to use the textbook, and it's a little bit confusing, so I'm going to show you how to do that today, okay? So here's what we're going to do is we are going to use Clever to log in. So you want to type in Clever, and then you will pull up your stuff. You're going to log in as a student. Oh, no, I'm not going to log in as a student. Oh, it did log in. This is okay. So what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to click on this right here that says Add Your Friend in Learning. You're going to click on that, and it should bring you right up to the page that you're supposed to be on. Okay, so the page you'll be on is one that looks similar to this. Mine looks different because I'm a teacher. But there will be up here, there'll be like an assignments tab. So you'll want to click on the assignments tab because the assignments tab has our assignments. Most of the kids that I had today said that there's a history assignment on there as well. So you're not doing a history assignment for me, but you're going to do the assignment for my class. So what that will look like is it'll look like this. So it has interactive grammar lessons, verb phrases, kinds of clauses, and linking verbs. Okay, it did not put these in the order I originally intended them to be, but it should be linking verbs, verb phrases, and then kinds of clauses. Okay, so here's how you do that. So I'm going to open up linking verbs. Now it's going to pull up the class first. So for me, it's going to look a little bit different than it does for you. All right, so the cool thing about this is it gives you an explanation of what the grammar is, okay, and then it gives you some ideas, tells you why it matters, why it's important, and then it also gives you examples, okay? Then what you'll do is you guys will go down to the bottom, and then there'll be this section where you have to apply it. So let me first tell you about linking verbs. Linking verbs are the way that they define a linking verb, I find very confusing. So I'm going to do a separate video on linking, helping verbs, and clauses, just so I can get this one as the explanation about how to use textbook. Okay, so that's going to be that. And when you go through this, you're going to read it. Number one, the ranch in Wyoming is a camp for writers. Excuse me. It's asking you to select the linking verb. So what you're going to do is you are going to actually select the linking verb, which in this case is, and then pick check to make sure that you got it correct. If for some reason you get it wrong, you don't lose points. It's a completion grade. So don't rush through it because you want to make sure you understand it, but we don't also want to weight your grade down too much like we do with no reading. So the second part is to write in. If I show you, this is what it'll look like, the storm blank scary. So we need a linking verb. So it has to be one of the linking verbs that are at the top of here. And I'm going to give you clues about when I do that video. So we would put the storm is scary. Okay. And there you go. Then you're done. Okay. So that's linking verbs. Then I'm going to close out of that one. Then you're going to want to go to helping verbs. Okay. And with helping verbs, I've got actually it's not helping verbs, it's verb phrases. I'm sorry. A verb phrase, I'm going to have a video with that, with the linking verbs. That has to do with what a helping verb is. A verb phrase only will have a helping verb plus another verb in it. So we're going to learn a song that goes with that so you can help remember what the helping verbs are. But in addition to that, you've got to pick out the whole verb phrase. So down here, on the your turn part, you can do the same thing like you did before, which is select all the words that make up the verb and the verb phrase in the sentence. So we have people in Indiana are always talking about basketball. What I tell people to do is to identify the subject first. Who or what is a sentence about? Is it about Indiana or people? It's about the people in Indiana, okay, but it's about the people. So what are the people doing? They are always talking about basketball. Okay, that's the predicate. But what we want is just the verb phrase. So are is a helping verb, and are is helping which verb? Talking. Now you might want to click on always, but always is always an adverb. So in this case, are talking is correct. And our number two, for some reason, it marks it as wrong, even though it's right, because it's should see, and then it marks it wrong. So that's wrong for everybody. But remember, it's just completion. And then the last thing has to do with clauses and not Santa. So you're going to want to click on that. And again, it explains to you what the clauses are. And we're going to talk about that in the other video. And what it's going to ask you to do is it is going to ask you to tell the difference between whether it is a subordinate clause or an independent clause. And you're going to click whichever one you think that is. In this particular case, it is a subordinate clause. Check, and it's correct. Okay? So when you're done, you've done all three exercises, you're done. And you don't have to save or do anything. It shows up in my dashboard, and I'll know that you got it done. And that's it. That's all you have to do. So those of you who missed class today, that's what you're going to have to do for Friday, October 30th. And those of you who are my B class, you guys are going to do that so that we stay on the same track. Okay? So over the 4-day weekend, that's what you have to do. And it only really took us about 15 or 20 minutes once we figured out the program. Okay? So if you have any questions, let me know, and then I'm creating another video to help you with the grammatical problems. Okay? All right. Love you guys. Bye.